Sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar can be certified forwards and backwards mathematically, so there's no presumption or assumption. 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 minus 2 equals 1. Cause plus consequence equals possession, possession minus consequence equals cause. The correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar uses prepositional phrases. It does this to give possession and correct word value in the placement of a word within a sentence, an order of operations of which gives closure to the fact or noun position, always placed as a fact and never as a verb, pronoun or dangling participle. So for is our position, the becomes the lodial or ownership, which then gives correct placement to the following fact or noun. We don't use the word noun in this technology as it is a double negative. NO and UN both negate the now time space or are negative conditions of state. So the noun becomes a fact. We use the positions for the, of the, a possessive of, with the, and an authority of by the, only ever using one verb in a sentence, is or are, which becomes the verb of thought or thinking. Giving closure to the fact positions and word value with an authority of by the. So we have a cause, a concern, a possessive and an authority. A simple example or correct word value placement would be for the cause, of the concern, is or are, which are the verbs of thinking, with the possessive, by the authority. And then backwards you could say for the authority of the possessive, is or are, with the concern, by the cause. So going into the syntax keys, understanding your order of operations using numbers, you've got a 0 for conjunction, a 1 is an adverb, a 2 is a verb, a 3 is an adjective, 4 is a pronoun, 5 is a positional, 6 is a lodial, 7 is a fact, 8 is a past tense, 9 is a future tense, and I put no in there as well. No equals negative prefix. So you've got a syntax order of operations, your order of operations using the for the, cause, of the, concern. You've got a 5, 6, 7 syntax scenario, which is a correct order of operations, always giving closure to the fact, and number 7 always being the fact. So you've always got a positional lodial fact, 5, 6, 7, with a verb, a 2, which is a verb of the thinking, and obviously sometimes using conjunctions, which is a 0, an and, or, an or. But to give closure to the syntax, any writing that comes without dictionary definition uses an adverb, verb, adverb, adjective, pronoun syntax scenario, which is an incorrect order of operations. So there's never any noun or fact because the placement of the words are in the wrong order. So syntax equals the arrangement of words and phrases to create well-formed sentences in a language, a set of rules for and or analysis of the syntax of a language. Webster's dictionary says syntax is a noun from the Latin syntaxis, meaning together and to put. In grammar, it's the construction of a sentence according to the established usage. Syntax synonyms include arrangement, order, pattern, structure, system. And if you parse the word syntax, looking through an etymology dictionary, the SYN equals together or with, and TAX, tax, comes from the word tactics, which has a military connotation that comes from the Proto-Indo-European root to tag or to touch. So to understand the order of operations in way and how the syntax works within the correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar. To quote David Wynne-Miller, the bandage is wound round the wound. Wound and wound are two in the same, they're written the same, but they mean two different things. Obviously, wound is a condition of state and wound is a fact, but within that sentence, wound becomes a dangling participle. The syntax is incorrect, so in order to place those things properly, you would give closure to the fact. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. That's a basic summary of the mathematical interface and syntax.